Now that we know what a DDoS attack is, let's try and understand the motive behind these attacks. The first reason can be guessed well by all of you, and that is for ransom. Just like any other cyber attack, the primary reason is monetary gain. A website owner can be asked to pay a ransom for attackers to stop a DDoS attack. The ransom prices to stop the DDoS attacks vary from small amounts to hefty amounts of money. In most cases, the ransom is usually charged in bitcoins. The second reason is hacktivism or protest. Hacktivism occurs with the intention of spreading a message. The aim of this is to usually protest against an ideology or a political agenda. The target of many hacktivism DDoS attacks are government, financial, or business websites. Attackers launch DDoS attacks to shut a website, say for a political reason, thus trying to make a statement. A person with a financial or an ideological motive is capable to damage an organization by launching a DDoS attack against it. Lastly, these attacks can be carried out for a specific reason, called targeted attacks. For example, it can be done to damage an organization's reputation. It is to be noted that DDoS attacks can be deployed against big or small sites and can be driven by either competition or pure boredom, or also for the need for challenge. The magnitude of these attacks can vary from small to big. Let's now move on and understand a little more about the working of a DDoS attack. An attacker is required to gain control of a network of online machines in order to carry out a DDoS attack. Computers and various other IoT devices are infected with malware, and these turn into a bot, also known as a zombie. A group of such bots is called a botnet. Once a botnet is created, the attacker takes over the remote control access. A DDoS is usually launched through a network of remotely controlled bots or hacked computers. Botnets can range from hundreds to thousands of computers controlled by hackers. It is possible that your computer could be a part of a botnet without even you knowing it. The next step is to target the IP address of the victim by the botnet. Once this is done, each bot will bombard the target with fake service requests. The botnets send more connection requests than a server can handle. In some cases, they send huge volumes of data that exceed the bandwidth range of the victim. By doing so, the targeted server or network will overflow and thus resulting in a denial of service to normal traffic. It is not possible to identify the bot as it looks like a legitimate internet device. A successful DDoS attack slows a website, prevents users from accessing it, resulting in financial losses and performance issues. So now that you know how a DDoS attack is carried out, let's have a look at the types of DDoS attacks. Different DDoS attack vectors target the different components of a network connection. DDoS attacks can be divided into three types. They are volume-based attacks, protocol attacks, and application layer attacks. Let's have a look at each one of these attacks. First up, we have the volume-based DDoS attack. As the name suggests, this attack depends on the volume of the inbound traffic to the target. This attack aims at overloading the website's bandwidth or causes usage issues. It creates a congestion by consuming all the available bandwidth. Here, massive volumes of data are sent to the victim by using a form of an application or request from a botnet. It is very simple. The more the volume, the higher the success rate of the attack. The volume-based DDoS attacks include UDP floods, ping, that is ICMP floods, and other spoofed packet floods.